when was the last time you went to the library?
Last week.
Okay, and which one was that?
Just the one on the Roth Library.
Lovely, thank you.
A very long time ago.
Mm-hmm. And if you were to go again, which one would you use, do you think?
One in town, new one.
The central one?
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
I use Roth Library mainly.
You've not been tempted to use the central library then?
I don't even know where it's situated now.
And yourself, sir?
You can't read.
School.
Yesterday.
Yeah, the college library. We're at UWIC, so...
Right, and have you been to any of the public libraries here?
No, I haven't actually.
No, not me.
And what do you go to the library to do?
Read books.
Sorry. Yeah.
Got a card. Probably about 2 years ago.
And which one would you go to if you did?
Newport Road. And well, there is one in Splot. And how long's it been open? A while. And I need to go and have a look. But it's I'm a lazy sod, basically. But I do like to read. And I think the library is important. It's a bit sod all your internet and all that nonsense. Just sit down and read, innit?
It's about the books.
It's about the books, yeah. And I hate seeing when people are throwing stuff away and they throw books away. That bugs me.
I spoke to Mark Bailey, who's the librarian for Roth Library at the top of Clifton Street.
It was built in, opened in 1901, extended in 1937 and refurbished in 1993. Always been used as a library. Lots of resources here for people to use in terms of books, obviously, the internet, children's activities. There's a local history archive which is with us at the moment, but will soon go to Pennyland Library. But there is a lot of wealth of source of information which people can come in and use.
And I can't help thinking it's a little strange. This is Roth Library, but we're just on the fringes of Adamsdown here.
Yes, it's always been called. Yes, it's always been called Roth Library. There is a library at the bottom of Wellfield Road that was called Roth Park, and they changed that name then to Pennyland, so it didn't conflict with Roth. Yes, it is on the boundary. Yes, it could be Adamsdown. Yeah.
What would you say the most popular feature of this particular library is?
I would say the internet facilities, which is quite a high usage here.
And why is that?
We're used by a lot of people to access either their emails or to access documents they have on Word or whatever. There are a lot of asylum seekers around here who come in to access information from the internet, which they need. They could also use our public PCs to go onto the Life in the UK site, which introduces them to living in Britain, and it has questions and answers on this particular site, so they can go in and practice before they take a specific test. So that is there on our public PCs. Also on our public PCs we have Ancestry.com, because there are a lot of people who come in who are interested in family history, and they can trace details back on there. Many other sites on there which we can show them here. News sites, if they want to look for old newspapers, they can get details from News UK on our public PC. But there's lots of other things they use the internet for basically for information. But email is a strong use, for the internet.
So you've got a very high-tech usage going on in quite a architecturally old and actually physically old. You said 1901 building.
Yeah.
What about the architecture of this place? It's quite grand, isn't it?
It is. It's an old Edwardian building, red brick, slate roof, and it's quite high ceilinged. There's enough room actually for another floor if you look at the height of the ceiling. Strongly built, and it's over a century old, so it has classic architectural features. Yeah.
And you say it has a high ceiling. Is this one of these buildings that, because it's so big inside, is virtually impossible to heat?
Well, we have a heating system which is good for the, it works for the buildings. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there is a lot of space to heat here.
But it is a comfortable place to work.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
The location of the library, facing out onto Newport Road, quite a busy street. Do you get a lot of people who just pass by and happen to notice that there's a library here, or do you think that the busyness of the road actually might put some people off coming here?
No, I think a lot of people, we have our regular customers, obviously, that use the library on a regular basis, but there are some people who are walking down Newport Road who just drop into the library on the off chance. But, there are those type of people who do drop in, just like that, just to use, say, the internet. They can pop in and use the internet as a visitor, even though if they don't have ID to join as an ordinary member. People can always drop in and use the internet just on a one-off basis. So it always attracts the casual visitor as well as our regular users,
When did you start as the librarian here?
6 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's been quite a while.
Yes.
I presume you've got to know the library really rather well in that time. What's your favourite area of the library? What's the best thing about it in your view?
Oh, I enjoy all aspects of the library work. So I can say there's one particular area, I think it all ties together and it's all aspects of the work, I'd say.
And something that's quite unique here is you've got some archive material from a local history society.
There is a file that we have. We keep at the counter. If people come in, they can certainly consult it if they're interested in researching about old Roath and the library. And we also have, as I say, a community archive computer here at the moment, which will eventually go to the new Pennyland Library at the bottom of Wellfield Road in a few months' time. But it is presently located here, and on there people can find old photographs and monographs of Roath, not just confined to the Adamsdown area, but also to the Pennyland area as well.
Finally, I asked what future he saw for libraries in Cardiff.
Hopefully, for the future, that libraries will play a very important role in Cardiff. It'll be very useful for people, So, with the new information technology and the 21st century expectations demanded of libraries, I'm sure we'll meet the challenge.
Back on Clifton Street, does this Adamsdown mother use the library?
No, my boy goes to a library. He uses the internet thing, they got internet on nice. We got his own little password and he uses them, and he gets books from them. Yeah, he loves the library. He uses the one up in the one in Cabalfa, because that's where he lives. He's only 9, but yeah, he enjoys the library. My little boy too. That'll be fair, yeah.
But you haven't used one yourself recently?
Oh, I used to when I was younger, but I don't use them now though.
Which one would you use?
If there was a library, the Star Leisure Centre, they've got a library by there, haven't they?
So you wouldn't try the one up on Newport Road then?
I don't know where the library is on Newport Road.
Okay.
Where's that?
The one.
The one. That's right. Yeah. If I did, I would use that one. Yeah, because it is nearer to me. That's right. Yeah,